Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and well, it can be good night wherever you're connecting from. Thank you for attending this webinar. My name is Peter Howarth. I'm in charge of special accounts, and I also take care of the northern parts of Europe, UK, Italy, and I also take care of our US office. We are doing these webinars basically because we can't attend the trade shows lately, thanks to or due to the pandemic. Nothing is thanks to the pandemic, of course. But we really want to connect with you guys and show you what we are launching this year and what we've launched this year, because we're at the end of the year, of course. And also some new advancements, features, new stuff that we've implemented for our existing equipment. So we really want to take a chance to show you these things, since we can't go to any of the trade shows. Unfortunately, we had to cancel IBC the other day, so there you go. We won't go to any trade shows this year. Hopefully next year we will meet in person, which will be fantastic, absolutely great. Okay, just a bit of housekeeping before we kick off. At the end of the webinar, there will be a Q&A session, and you can place your questions whilst we're doing the presentations. You can you make your questions in the chat window of the webinar tool. Also, if you at any point would need to leave the webinar, you will be presented with a short questionnaire presented by our marketing team that have. And we would really like you to answer their questions there. It's really helpful for our marketing team to improve these webinars and make them useful to everyone, not only us, but also to you guys, because primarily you are the objective of these webinars. All right, so with me today, I have Antonio Perez. Antonio Perez is the sales manager for Asian Pacifics. He will help us with one of the novelties that we're presenting. So good morning, Antonio. Good to see you.
Good morning. Good morning, Peter. How are you? And thank you for hosting us, and thank you to all our guests and attendants. It's not a very sunny day today in Madrid, but let's have some fun together.
It'll be sunny, I'm sure. You will show us the sunny side of things and the new developments from Aeq.
Right.
So there you go.
We have to. Definitely, we have to.
And also with us, and I have to say good morning to Roberto Tejero. Roberto is our product manager, and he's also one of our expert trainers here at Aeq, and he will show us, help us to show some new features that we've implemented in our broadcast video series and intercom systems. Good morning, Roberto.
Good morning, Peter and Antonio, and good morning and good evening to everyone.
Great to see a good smile here in the morning. Good. Also with us today, we have Sergey Alexeyev. He's our sales manager for Europe, CIS, Middle East, and all the African countries. Well, I don't know if I've forgotten anything. You have to tell me, Sergey. Good morning, Sergey.
I will. How you doing, guys? Nice to see you all together.
Sergey is the youngest of the team, obviously, but he's also one of the most dynamic ones we have. And he will show us the new features that we've implemented in the Atrium, our flagship mixing consoles, and he will also show us he will show us a new product, which is the Forum LITE. There you go. Okay, well, without delaying anything, and since you will be with us for the next 50 minutes or so, I will continue with the presentation, and I'll give you an introduction to what we are going to see today. We're going to go through these things. I'm not going to go into the details because it's going to be very repetitive if I do that, but I'll be giving you a briefing on what Aeq does, our product families, and then we go into the matter of showing the new products and the new features of equipment that we have in current production. So I'll tell you a little bit about Aeq. Aeq is basically a 40-year-old company that you will see have been present on the market for 40 years now. We have a very strong R&D team. We're dedicated to manufacturing. We manufacture everything in Spain, to be honest. So in Europe, we tend not to lay our manufacturing outside the European community. And then we We also provide audio and video solutions for TV, radio, any audiovisual media that you have available. And we have been present at the big events, like sporting events, since basically 1988. Just for you to have a bit of information about that. We've been doing Olympic Games, FIFA World Cups, Euro Cups, large sporting events, including basketball and handball and all these things. So, as I said, we've been active for 40 years. We have offices in the US, in Mexico. We have offices in India, Portugal, and then we have obviously local offices here in Spain as well. Our product families englobe things like audio over IP. Well, basically all our products now include audio over IP. We are using multi-channel audio over IP technology for all our products, really. We also produce broadcast communications, typically audio codecs, and also, commentary kit, commentary gear, and anything related to broadcast communications, and also the possibility to coordinate and interact with our audiences. We also do visual radio and broadcast automation applications in joint forms with prestigious manufacturers of video switchers and stuff like that. And then we also do, as I said, intercom systems and commentary. We also do routing matrices, and we do video monitors for any professional environment where you have video production ongoing. So the new products that we've presented this year is the Talent. It's a portable audio codec that Antonio will help us to shed light on, and he will show you for those of you that haven't seen it yet. And then the Forum LITE, which is basically an evolution of and a combined effort or integration of our Forum mixing consoles and the Capital compact mixer. The new features that we are going to show will be some features for the Atrium digital mixing consoles, where we have multiband processors implemented. We will show you some Netbox DSP and Netbox 32 audio routing matrices with some Talkback features that we've implemented. And then we are using the HDR modes, and we'll show you some new features that we have available for the Series 9000 and 8000 broadcast video monitors. And for the intercom systems, the Xplorer, we have now implemented also a complete standalone part line system that Roberto will help us with when we get to that point in the presentations. So, okay, I'll hand over to Antonio. Antonio will show us the new portable audio codec Talent, the Phoenix Talent. All yours, Antonio, and give us a good insight to this now. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Let me show you here. Let's see if I can shoot the presentation. Well, here it is, Talent Portable Audio Codec. Thank you, Peter. Thank you to all our attendants. Well, I got the pleasure and the honor to be the first, and I got the best part of this because I have the possibility to show you what is really, really new, what was really born in 2021, which is the Talent, which I have in here with me today. So Talent was born as a result of the response of Aeq, the quick response of Aeq to the COVID situation started in 2020. We suddenly noticed that the broadcasters start doing more and more work from home, so they needed more and more portable equipment of professional quality. So this is why the Talent, this was the origin of Talent. And we started developing very quickly in 2020, in the middle of the pandemic. Our engineers working from home, working here part-time, whatever, they start developing the working on a simple, cost-effective solution for working from home and other simple remote operations. And it was born the Talent. This is what we have in here. So if we have a quick view to the Talent, the equipment, and here you see on your presentation is basically is coming with very simple buttons on the front panels, which is a microphone and a headset control. One button for answer, and one button for hang up, is a microphone on and off, some status LEDs, and a very simple view meter for measuring audio presence. And in the middle of the device is the help button. The help button is quite useful because it allows you to remotely operate the device and or call the attention of the station. So because the talent doesn't need to be configured or operated by the actual voice talent, this is something very good for non-skilled people, non-skilled staff, to give it to them, and you can, from the station, you can fully control and operate the talent. As you see, the size of the talent is no more than, let's say, like an iPad mini, 8 inches tablet, something very, very small. So apparently from the piece of hardware that we connect, how we control, the second brilliant part we made was how to control. First of all, you control by the Phoenix control app, which is on the Aeq Phoenix suite of software to control. And a new thing, which is quite interesting, is the app, the Talent app. Okay, it works in any mobile phone, like it's available in Google, it's available in Apple Store. So whatever platform you have, you will be able to operate let's say that you will be able to operate from the talent, you will be able to operate with the mobile phone. So just connecting by the Bluetooth and you will have all the interfacing here. So quite simple to use. In terms of audio, as you see here on the sides, you will have the microphone input and the headphone output. The microphone input, just to highlight, that is can support dynamic or condenser microphones having phantom power. On the headphone outputs, supports high level or low level impedance microphones. Headphones. So this way, the talent he can use wherever he likes. Some talents they love one type of microphones, other one, or headphones, whatever. So the talent is open now to support all of them. So once we have the hardware communications, the control, then we see what is the audio interface we have. So we have tried to put, our engineers, they try to put into this small box as much capacity, as much possibilities at your fingertips, okay? So apart from the microphone, we have a stereo line input. The codec is a stereo, so if you want to send the stereo music, you can mix it here and put it there. Additionally, the Bluetooth from the mobile phone can also pair with the talent, and he can also be played from the mobile phone. You can play any audio into the talent and send it to the station. The same equivalent to the audio inputs, we have the audio outputs. Audio outputs, again, we're having a stereo line output if you want to record the program, or if you want to send the program to another codec, or if you want to put the audio on speakers, whatever. Here is one audio output that you can configure, and you can just serve any external equipment. Another audio output, the Bluetooth. The same. Bluetooth is bidirectional, so the same that we are sending audio to the codec, we can take audio from the codec to the mobile phone. And the stereo headphones that we talked before. So another utility of the Bluetooth, well, you can put into the mix calls that you can make by Zoom, Skype, WhatsApp, any audio platform, any audio, we'll see later, but any audio in the mobile phone, you can mix it with your microphone and put it on the talent mix. Another brilliant thing is on the power options. This part here of the equipment, on the power options, is the equipment comes very well served. It can operate on a DC, 5 to 15 volts. Some clients from us, they use our portable equipment with the car battery or connected to the car battery, for instance. And this one, as it's working on 5 volts, can be also operated from a USB power, from a PC or whatever, because the consume of the device is very, very small. And from the power bank, you could connect even from a power bank. Power bank, which is available in the market, and you can use any any power bank, who could be feeding the equipment for hours and probably for days. Okay, so, and to end up, the connectivity. The connectivity is once you have the equipment set up with the audio, the power, and everything, you just put it on whatever data interface you want to use. 3G, 4G, ADSL, fiber. The equipment comes with a universal Ethernet connection port that you can use for any kind of transmission mean, just by adding an external device, an external adapter. We don't want to put the adapter inside because it's going to add cost and complexity to the unit. So it's much better to just keep it aside, make it different parts, and you decide what is best for you. And as a B plan for difficult connections, you always have the mobile phone as your backup for the talent. So this will give you all the opportunities and all the possibilities. It's the codec with more options for connectivity probably in the market. Finally, to end up, some applications that our clients has been explaining us during the last few months since the equipment was launched and has been in the market. Very simple. You can, if the mixer or the talent is not enough at audio level, you can cascade equipment. So you can do master and slave, or several slaves that goes into one master. So you can have all the audio mixed into one unit, and that unit is going to transmit. Another application that I do like a lot is the possibility of remote control. As I explained you can remote control from the mobile phone. But apart from this, we can add another additional feature, which is thanks to AnyDesk and other available programs in the market like TeamViewer. We have tried it with AnyDesk, but it could be applicable to any other one. The same as you have the audio going in one direction to the station can control the talent that is at home, in a hotel, or in a celebrity, in a guest scenario, in a guest house, or wherever. The talent can be controlled from the station just by the internet in a simple way with AnyDesk, no complications. So your technician in the station, he can, with the simple support of any user who can give an AnyDesk number, he can control the talent all the way through. Another application, audio apps from the market, from Google, from Apple, any audio app that you can install in your mobile phone, like any karaoke microphone or ambience microphones, can put the audio into the talent, and you can use your mobile phone as a second microphone, as a backup microphone, as an ambience microphone, as a wireless microphone. So the idea is that any audio possibility that you have in the mobile phone platforms can be available for the operation in the talent. And without any more delay, just to tell you some small pictures of all our clients that have been using this for the last this year of the pandemic. A lot of people working from home all around the world, from Taiwan to China, India, Iran, Europe, Latin America, from home, from convention centers like this, from town halls where you were doing talk shows, wherever you can do. You can carry out a show, or from the studio, we can put a talent, and it can serve you very well. This beautiful new box from Aeq. And that's it. That's it for the talent. If you need any more information, please just drop a question for us to answer at the end of the show. And without any more delay, just want to pass the control to my colleague Roberto. Roberto, he is going to show us the new features that we have, and the 4K monitors, and the new features that we have on them. So it's going to be very nice. All yours, Roberto.
Thank you, Antonio, and thank you for that great presentation about the new Audiocodec Talent. Well, we talk about first of all about monitors, and then we pass to intercom. In that case, we talk about the 9000 series and 8000 series monitors of Aeq. Well, 9000 series is a 4K monitors with 4K screen with a native 4K, and it's very very interesting series because it's a high quality series to show that that kind of signals. Of course, we have the interfaces of that monitors are 12G SDI to have directly 4K signal, and we support the square divisions interface or to sample interleave to have, well, signals in 4K using 3G SDI interfaces. It's very interesting about other kind of interfaces. Well, in that series, we have three sizes. We have 55 inches, 31 inches, and 24 inches. And one of the novelties is that in 31 inches and in 24 inches, we have the high brightness up to 1000 nits in case of 31 inches, and 850 in case of 24 inches. Well, that high brightness is because that 9000 series supports HDR technology, and we can use that technology to increase, well, the signals, how to view that signals, and to increase, well, that features when it's taken that signals using HDR. Well, in that signals, we support SMPTE ST2084, HLG, and SLOG3 gamma corrections or gamma profiles. We support in that technology. Well, it's a very interesting features. Of course, that monitors supports, well, different color space. We can select around different color space, 73, recommendation 709, etc. Can that color to increase, as we said, well, the features of the imaging, like brightness, saturation, etc. Well, of course, that monitors, it's not only for visualization, the signal, of course, this is the principal meaning, but it's like a tool because we can monitoring and checking the signals. Due to that, we have several instrumentations like waveform, vectorscope. We can monitoring the audio using on the screen up to 16 audio channels, 16 boommeters to control the audio. And well, we have any other instrumentations like, well, false color, Lumecheck. We can see in the screen markers, safe area. We can put the time code, closed caption, etc. They say it's very interesting series to control, not only to see, to control the image. Well, we have two. The 8000 series. It's a full HD series in three sizes. We have 24 inch, 18.5 inch, and 9 inch. Well, one of the advantages we added to that series is that supports in full HD. The three sizes is in full HD resolution, native resolution. Supports the HDR technology. We added in that series that feature. It's very interesting, and well, we have, of course, two gamma profiles with that HDR technology. We have SMPTE ST2084 and LSG, and well, it's a very interesting series. It has, well, in full HD the possibility to support and to view the image in HDR. Well, that series can be mounted in a rack. The three kind of monitors But one of the advantages in case of 18.5 inches is that it fits in only 6 rack unit. It's very interesting because we save part of the space in the rack, and well, it's very interesting. Well, of course, that 8000 series has the same instrumentation that we talk in 9000 series. It supports vectorscope. We can monitor the waveform, of course. We can monitor the audio using viewmeters, false color, etc. Well, but that series also has other features like the possibility to have a dual split, to have a picture by picture with the same quality using a high quality processor in that series that can support a dual processing, and we can show the two images with the information, and we can compare it like uses like previews and program, etc. It's very interesting feature. Of course, other feature of that series, it's we can have an optional module, external module, SFP module, to have a video over IP. In that case, we support the SMT 2022 and 2110 standards to support video over IP. And we can also control that monitor series using software and controlling that monitors over Ethernet. It's very interesting. Well, and then we pass from monitors to intercom, and we talk about our Xplorer wireless bell pack. Well, Xplorer wireless bell pack, it's a wireless bell pack using Wi-Fi technology. It's a very interesting technology, of course, because we have it's very extended. We have that technology around the world using equipment that we can buy, we can obtain in around the world. And well, it's using the two bands, 5G, of course, and 2.4 gigahertz. And well, that bands are free around the world. We don't need any kind of permissions to use it, and it's very interesting, of course. Well, that bell pack, as I said, well, you can see here, it's the wireless bell pack. We have 4 keys to interact with the system. Now you can see here. Well, and that bell pack can work in with matrix, of course, connecting to CrossNet or Connection matrix. In that case, that keys uses like or can program like a panel, because it's work like a panel, that bell pack. And in case we want to have a cost-effective solutions, we can that bell packs can work without matrix. In that case, the 4 keys works well to subscribe to 4 party line channels. In that case, that system use 4 party line channels, like a party line. Well, we have that that system very interesting if we have a cost-effective solution. Well, we pass here to show 2 scenarios. Well, the left one, we can see here the Xplorer, the wireless bell pack that need an access point, a wireless, well, a Wi-Fi access point. Sorry, I pressed the screen. Sorry. Well, and we have in the middle a switch, an Ethernet switch that it's communicate all the equipments, and of course we have all the equipment of EasyNet, the Aeq EasyNet system. We have panels, rack panels, and desktop panels, and that panels with 4 keys to subscribe to that 4 party line channels. We could have the possibility to insert or extract analog audio, 4 wires analog audio to the system. maybe from cameras or a mixer or any other kind of source or destination of audio. And of course, we can put wired bell packs, the BP3004. Well, this is one system. We only need an Ethernet connection and the standard Ethernet wires, cables, and switches. Well, and in the other hand, in the right one here, we have a system with only wireless bell pack, with only Xplorer. In that case, we only need an Ethernet switch with power over Ethernet. This is the standard to power the access point. Of course, the access point we need from 1 to as we want to cover different areas, and then the Xplorer. And in that case, that kind of system supports up to 28 Xplorers working together. Using, as I say, the 4 channels, we can subscribe to 1 channel, 2 channel, or the 4 channel. It's not only restricted to works with only 1 channel in 1 Xplorer. 1 Xplorer can work with up to 4 subscribe to up to 4 channels, that cardinal channels, at the same time. Well, and of course, the Explorer, as I said, we have the 4 keys in case to connect to Matrix to programming the commands, different commands, and in case we use in EasyNet system without Matrix, it's to subscribe to the different parallel channels. We have 2 keys to menu and other functions, and well, we have 2 encoders to control the volume. In the back, we have the connector to switch on, switch off, and the connector of the headset. And in the back part, we have the connection to the charger and a clip to the belt to put the belt pack in the belt or to fix it. Well, this belt pack, it's manufactured, it's constructed to have a shock and splash resistant case to use in indoor or outdoor scenarios. We have 2 kind of chargers for 2 units or to 5 units. And well, as I said, we use the Wi-Fi technology. It's very important to note that it's a free band. And well, one of the characteristics of Wi-Fi is we can use roaming technology around the different access point to have the handover when we pass the Explorer, the bell packs through different access point without any kind of gaps of audio or cuts or noise, etc. It's very interesting. And well, this system are extended around the world. We have a lot of clients around the world in Europe, America, Asia, etc., that using that technology. And well, it's not only the use, it's not only for broadcast. We can use, of course, in televisions for the intercom or production, etc. But we can use very interesting newsnet very soon in that case. And now we pass to Peter that talk about new features. Well,
thank you, Roberto.
hello.
I think we actually lost you there a second, to be honest. For whatever reason, we lost the audio connection there momentarily, but I hope it was clear. You were basically finishing off, and I saw that I didn't hear you, but you from what I could see on the slide, you're mentioning new developments that are going to be released soon. That's not very nice of you, Roberto, because this means that we will have to wait to see the final episode of all this. So, but there you go. It keeps tension up, and
and stay tuned to the mailing and newsletter. Yeah,
okay,
thank you.
Cool, very good. Thank you very much, Roberto. Okay, so I'll hop on to the new features that we've implemented in the Netbox and the Netbox 32 ADMX and DSP interfaces. Just so you know, if you don't know the Netbox 32, the Netbox 32 and the Netbox 8 are basically audio format converters and network interfaces, allowing us to convert digital and analog audio into audio over IP multi-channel systems, and we can have them distributed all over our installations. The Netbox DSP is basically a native IP routing matrix, and the Netbox 32 AD, when you license this with an MX, it becomes a 64 by 64 channel summing and distribution audio routing matrix. It's a completely non-blocking system. This is very important because it allows us to do things that we would normally not be able to do with this kind of thing. And it has a very, very powerful RTC real-time control software that is coming free of charge when you license the Netbox 32. It comes with a Netbox DSP, obviously, as part of the package. How can we use the Netboxes? Well, they can be used in radio and TV, of course, and also in the MI industry and PA for sound PA sound reinforcements and stuff like that. In radio, typically you can use the Netboxes as antenna matrices or processing stations where you need to process a lot of signals, for example, in larger installations. In television, you can use them to switch the audio for processing, for program and coordination circuits. You can use them in central controls to have to be part of your broadcast communications and coordination systems. In MI and PA, well, obvious, you can switch and you can provide audio in different areas using these Netboxes, because you can transport. It's the Netboxes are basically, and the audio over IP are on many occasions you should see them as cabling systems. So among the new features, well, there are many features of these Netboxes, and the RTC software allows us to use them in, and allows us to automate a lot of different functions within our station. This list is just a few of them. The one that we're going to touch on today would be the creation of Talkback and multiplex groups, which allows us to do that, saving input channels on our mixing consoles and also saving clean feed channels on our mixing consoles. We can do this clean feed setting and Talkback and multiplex and coordination system. We can do it outside of the mixing console by using the Netbox in this case. This is useful for radio broadcasting, of course, for any program where you have correspondence remote connections to do, and in television, of course, the same feature as in radio, but also very important when you want to integrate it in your broadcast communication and coordination systems. How does it work? Well, you know how an N-1 or a clean feed system works. Basically, you can talk to everyone and everyone can hear everyone except themselves, basically, because we want to avoid the oscillation. Basically, what I'm going to show you in this example is that we have basically city correspondence from Madrid, Bogota, Lima, and Paris, and we can talk. The operator or the host can talk to the different destinations one by one, or everyone at the same time, of course, making a conference call and having a roundtable conversation with them. We can mute any of them at will. We can mute all of them at will, etc., etc. So I'll just show you real quickly using the real application how this works. So I'm just going to open the Netbox DSP RTC. This is a Netbox DSP that we have somewhere here in the building. I'm not sitting close to it even, but it's on the network. And as you can see, we have a large number of input. This is actually a full-blown 160 by 160. I could open the full XY panel if you wish, or I can reduce it as it was. We can create windows for our VU meters, for our control, and we can create specific windows and operational windows that we want to have, both from a user point of view or from an operational area point of view. So today, the feature that we are showing you, or the new feature that we are showing you, is basically the talkback function. I'll go really quickly through it. What you do, you create a talkback. In this case, I'm going to show you how you either edit, you create a new one, or you edit an existing one. I'm showing you from the existing one that saves us time as well. So basically, here we have what you saw in the example. You have Madrid, Bogota, Lima, and Paris as our origins and our destinations. These are remote locations and remote correspondents that I want to talk to. I also have to define where my microphone is coming from, so I'll make a cross point between the mic, obviously, and to the destination. If I make a destination to all of them, then it becomes a summing bus, of course. You can talk to all, or you can decide that you don't want to talk to all, or one by one, or you can also enable the possibility to mute or just attenuate what they are listening to. So instead of muting them completely, you can duck their audio return to by 20 dBs. We can also mute them in program if necessary, or we can choose not to do it. This is basically a possibility that you have available on the operational part of the window when you start it. And then you can also queue them one by one, or all of them at the same time, of course. We just need to define an output signal for the actual incoming signal from each one of these. And we just define it as a summable output, and that's it. So once we've done that, we can then run the actual talkback. Now, in order to see it better, we've created a simple status XY view, which is basically just a view showing us what the resources that we're going to use by activating the talkback. In this case, we are using the Vista Talkback view. And as you can see, this contains the cross points, all the cross points that we're going to use, the inputs, Madrid, Bogota, Lima, Paris, and my proper mic. And then the outputs that are the Madrid, Bogota, Lima, Paris, because obviously these are clean feed buses. And then an output for our queue, for our monitoring, if need be. So once I've got the view open, I can open this would be what the operator would open and have active. I would open the talkback, I just select it, and as you can see, when I execute it, it will create all those cross points that I need, inputs and outputs. There you go. And it opens my operational panel. I can use it in PTT mode, which means that whenever I push a talk, I am going to have to keep it pushed in a PTT mode. And I will make the disconnect of the program output to Lima because I'm talking to Lima. So I'm disconnecting all the other inputs to Lima. So it's very easy, as you can see. Madrid's input is not going to Madrid, but the Bogota input and the Lima input and the Paris input is going to Madrid, of course. So they're all summing buses, as you can see. We can talk to all of them, of course, which means that we disconnect all the inputs and outputs, but only connect my microphone to the outputs to our destinations. Or we can also do a queue to each one of them as we wish, and we can reset them with a simple reset of that button. So basically it becomes a very simple operational panel to use, but it becomes very useful in a central control. For example, if you need to run a talk show with correspondence from everywhere. And also in broadcast communication, we could see these as our OB vans, for example. In television, it could be our OB vans or remote OB destinations, our SNGs or whatever. We would be able to put them in program at any given point, and they would be able to hear the predecessor in the newscast without any problem. So once you've done your show and you've done your multiplex and your multi-conference system, the only thing that you need is to close it. You will get a warning telling you that you're going to close down the operations. When you do so, all the cross points will be disconnected, as you can see. And that's it. It looks very simple, but it has a lot of programming behind it, of course. Now, this software is very potent. It's very, very, very powerful, and you should actually have a look on the website for the manuals for this for the RTC software and for the Netbox DSPs. Okay, so with this equipment, with the DSPs and the Netbox MX licensed products, you have access to absolutely the latest technology in terms of IP, audio over IP for routing and broadcasting. So you should have a look at this, because it will help you to set up your station and to add flexibility and automate a lot of functions within your station, especially when it's unattended with the scheduling and so on and so forth. There are many featured users. We just want to thank a few of them here. Carmen in Australia, we have Copy in Spain, that is a good driver for this system. RTK in Malta as well, because they have been one of the pioneers adopting the technology as well, and also Swedish broadcasters and RAI in Italy. I'm going to hand over now to Sergey, who will be showing us another new product and then new features for our Atrium series.
Thank you, Peter.
No problem at all, Sergey. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Actually, it comes with a lot of features in Netbox, DSP especially. I really hope that the customers will take a look on it and see all the possibilities that you have, because it's a massive. So only thinking about how much money and time you spent many years ago in analog metrics and all the small expense that you need to carry on now, it's amazing to see how all the technology is evolving, actually. Okay, so from my side, I will keep it up with the webinar, and I want to speak about basically two novelties, two new things that I would like to show you in terms of mixers here in Aeq. As Peter explained, unfortunately, we're not able to join any kind of trade show. Okay, I really hope, like me and all my colleagues from the sales department, to meet you in person next year for sure. Okay, so that's why we need to make this webinars and speak about the novelties, not in person, but yes, here on the screen. Okay, so basically I want to speak about the Forum LITE, okay, which is our new mixer. Okay, it's a new member of the here in Aeq, of the family of the mixers in Aeq. Okay, this will be the first one, and the second one is the Multiband Processor feature that we have now available for the Atrium mixer, which is our flagship mixer here in Aeq. Okay, so let's talk about the Forum LITE. Okay, just like Antonio mentioned about the Talent, the Forum LITE. Sorry, okay, I have some issues with the slide. Now, there you go. The Forum LITE was born in order to face some requests and needs of our customers. Okay, so basically we have customers that were demanding more faders in the Capital mixer. We could make it possible 2 years ago, 2019, if I'm not mistaken, offering the Capital 12. Okay, keep with the same engine, but with the Capital 12 now you will have the option of 12 faders, and the Capital 8 still available. Okay, but we was facing more needs and more requests, so the customers was asking for to keep it simple in the engine, fix one, but yes, with some Dante interface in order to integrate more audio over IP channels. But also they were demanding us more keys, okay, in the surface. Okay, so that's how we decided to join forces, okay, in terms of hardware, between the Forum Split and the Capital. Okay, so the Forum LITE is a combination of the engine of the Capital, which is the M Core. It's the name of the engine now. Okay, I will explain to you in a few minutes. Okay, and the surface of the Forum Split, the one which is similar to the Capital. Okay, basically the control module is the same, but in the fader models, you have per each fader you have the option of 4 routing keys. Okay, so this was the main task that customers need to accomplish, and they were not able to do it with the surface of the capital. Okay, so here you go. As I just mentioned, regarding the surface, you have the control model. It's still like in the forum split, and it's still like in the capital. You have the two emitters, okay, for a program and an ambition. Okay, you still have your 20 programmable keys in order to make all your tasks, all your routines for, I don't know, manage the hybrids, okay, the built-in hybrids, manage the GPIOs, GPIs, the virtual GPIOs and the GPIs, just like the virtual GPIOs that Peter mentioned you in the Xbox presentation. You have your display, okay, the one you can use for adjustment, monitoring, get inside all the information that you need, control with 3 bands, parameters, whatever. Okay, all the access for users, administrators, all of that. And you still have the Talkback section, which is on the bottom of the control module. As you can see, you have one for the control and one for the studio. Also, you have the Talkback for the telephone hybrids, okay, and you still have your 3 encoders for the control and your 3 encoders for the studio, okay. Basically, here we keep it the same. It remains the same, okay. In the fader models, as I mentioned, now we here in the Forum LITE we take the advantage of the Forum split. So now you have in the Forum LITE you have per each fader you have on and on key, and the button, the fader, obviously you have the Q key, and you have the 4 routing keys, which is program, audition, AUX1, AUX2, okay, and also the select in order to make the proper adjustment in each channel, okay, in each fader model. Also, you still have available the options for the Forum screen, okay, the monitoring and adjustment interface that you can see on the right in this slide and the picture with the mixer, which is tabletop version, okay, and you also have available the option of the virtual forum, which is the our solution in order to control remotely the surface. Quite useful, okay. So as you know, probably for those who don't know this feature, is software. You can install it in your PC or Mac, okay, or your tablet, iOS, Mac also, or Android, sorry, and you can control remotely the surface. So you can be at home and you can have the mixer in the studio, but you are able to control the surface from a remote location, okay, quite useful. Also, many customers come to us with this question. Me personally, I have these questions daily. It is possible to offer it with or have it with a tabletop version. Yes, as you can see in the pictures, we have the countersunk version, the flash mount possibility, which is the standard configuration of the Forum split and Forum LITE also, but you still have the option to make it desktop version, as you see in the picture on the upside on the right, okay. So keep this in mind. You don't have to make a hole in the table if you don't want to, okay. So you still have the desktop version option available. Okay, let's go to CDM core, the engine of this Forum LITE solution. So as I mentioned you in the beginning, it's remained the same as in the capital, but now you have some additional options and features. Okay, so you still have your XLR microphone or line inputs 1, 2, 3, and 4, as you can see in the picture. You still have the 2 hybrids built in. Okay, you still have your 12 analog inputs, 8 analog outputs for IS inputs and outputs. Okay, GPIs, GPOs, 2 USB ports, redundant power supply if you want. Also, as you can see, you still connect the engine with one single RG45 Ethernet cable from the mixer, from the engine to the control model, and then from the control model daisy chain for the fader models. Okay, that's work the same. You still have your MADI port, okay, and your Dante. But here in the Dante port, until now we had the option of only 16 Dante channels. Now you have the option of also 32 Dante channels. So in terms of flexibility, it's a very good feature because you are, let's say, you are not engaged with this fixed engine solution. So for example, if you need more microphones, in analog microphones, you can use our netboxes, okay? Connect this netbox to the Dante interface in the mixer and use the analog inputs and outputs in the netbox in order to integrate that additional microphones in your Dante network. Okay, so once again, you're not limited by this engine. Okay, you can still, it's still being, let's say, scalable. Okay, for if you need more, I don't know, analog inputs and outputs or IS or whatever, you still have this Dante channels available in order to increase your devices that work with the mixer. Okay, so the Forum LITE has been released a couple of months ago. Okay, we are already delivering it to the customers, and actually, me personally, and also my colleagues from sales department and R+, they are very happy because we are getting very good feedback about this solution from our end customers, also distributors and partners. Okay. We already delivered dozens of them, so just a couple of pictures to show you. For example, this is a customer from on the right. This gentleman is from Telemadrid, if I'm not mistaken, here in Madrid. TV radio station IB3, which is based in Mallorca, the island. Also, you have Limburg, which is in Holland, Radio Emaus, which is a Catholic private radio in Poland, Lim-Fem Radio, which is based in China, okay, and for example, Radio Siljan, which is based in Sweden. Okay, just a few examples, but it's already available. It's in the catalog, it's in the website. So all the additional questions that you may have, we remain at your disposal, me and my colleagues. So don't be afraid. If you can download the catalogs, the brochures, also the manuals. If there's something that you're missing, contact us. Okay, so we are always happy to attend and to speak with you. Okay, regarding the second novelty, as I mentioned you, is sorry, I've lost myself for a minute. This is a processor band equalizer that we have available for the Atrium mixer. Okay, first of all, I would like to make a short introduction of the mixer. Okay, the Atrium is our flagship mixer at this moment. It's 100% IP based. Okay, it's a third generation of digital consoles here in Aeq. We have large experience in consoles. The previous model, which was the Arena, the digital mixer based on the BC2000D core. Okay, before that we used to have analog, which is the D1000, and basically all the construction and the idea, all the process of creating the Atrium was based on our know-how and also suggestions and long conversations between our customers. Okay, customers that are using the Arena mixer, and we was keep in contact with them in order to develop this mixer. So as you can see, the footprint is quite powerful and is basically designed for broadcast, as you can see. The idea was mainly to make it easy and a fast workflow for the engineer and operator of the mixer. Okay, so as you can see, the Atrium is based on the Atrium surface, which is the surface that you see in the picture upside, and the X-Core, which is the engine. Okay, a couple of words about the engine. The X-Core is able to manage up to 1024 inputs and outputs. Okay, one single engine, one single X-Core engine is able to manage up to six Atrium surface. So, and each one up to 96 faders. So once again, I think it's almost unbeatable in terms of cost effective and scalability, because only one single X-Core is able to manage all this mixes and all this with all these faders. Okay, also it's able to work in SMT 211030 and 211031. Okay, but it's as I mentioned, it's an IP native mixer. Okay, to be integrated in your existing IP network, audio IP network. Okay, and it's able to work with in audio and video environment. Okay. Regarding the surface, just a couple of words. As you can see in the picture, you have here the control module and the fader module. As you let's go with the control module first, and then the fader. Okay. So as you can see in the control module, you have 3 vometers. Okay, program, audition, and cue. Okay, you have a built-in speaker for the monitoring. Okay, you have a touch screen in the middle in order to get inside the menu, make all the configurations, and make it fast and easy to manage, as I mentioned you previously You have the calendar, time, the user's access, the timers, and all the adjustments that you may need in the mixes and all the routings configurations that you may need. It's going to be easy and fast to do it. Okay. Also, you have the 20 programmable keys, as you can see here. They are available in 7 colors and 2 intensities. Okay, for each one. So once again, it's going to be quite intuitive to work with. Okay, so you can select all the colors that you need, and you have in the bottom of the module, you have the Talkback section for the studio and also for the control. 2 TFTs display per each one. Okay, 3 encoders, and you have the keys. Okay, once again, all these keys are also programmable, so you can decide whatever you need to do with them. You can even program some macros for them if you need, so it's also available. Very important option that now we have available, which is an additional touchscreen option with the loudness metering. This one is for the control mode. Okay, obviously you can place it whatever you want, even not close to the mixer, but basically we are delivering it with the control mode, which is also was a request for many of our customers. So regarding the fader model, as you can see, it's 6 fader models. In each fader stripe, you have the on or off keys that can be configurable, so you can use it as on/off, only on. Disconnect them and make it turn on when you raise the fader. Okay, you have the display TFT per each fader, so you can make a proper adjustment and monitor all the signal of that fader. You have the programmable keys and 2 encoders. Once again, these programmable keys are also available in 7 different colors with 2 different intensities. Okay, and you have the main encoder. Okay, for on the top of the model. Option that you have available, also a touch screen for this one, but this one is for adjustment and metering. The loudness metering is available for the control. Okay, but you still have this one available in order to make it fast and easy to make your monitoring and adjustment. Okay. Now, yes, regarding the novelty for the Atrium, I would like to speak about the multiband processors. So we came up with this solution because, once again, because of demands and requests from our customers. Okay, so basically now you have available this multiband processor. So it's a compressor of up to 3 bands. It can be configured. Okay, you can select the frequencies that will limit those 3 bands. So basically, it's a crossover frequencies we're talking about, and you can define each of them for each of them the parameters. Okay, for the multiband compressor. So here we're talking about threshold, ratio, attack time, release time, and the gain. Okay, the idea is to basically manage the dynamics separately from the high, the medium, and the low frequency. So you will be able to normalize the sound levels, and you will avoid the predominance of some frequencies over others in a certain signal. Okay. So this has been requested for TV customers. Okay, it's frequently used in mastering of a mix, both in recording and on-air consoles. Okay, so basically that's it. If you would like to know more about Atrium Mixer or about this new feature in detail, I repeat, we're still available for you at your disposal. We remain at your disposal in our headquarters in Aeq, and also you have all the information available on our website. So I believe I will come back with Peter and all my colleagues, and probably it's time for the Q&A session. Right, Peter?
Sort of. You skipped the last screen of your presentation, but there you go.
Which one is it? Oh, yes,
basically
sorry,
your featured users, but there you go. It's not the end
Yeah,
of the world, Sergey. We have many different users available already for the Atrium console. It's been on the market now for a year and a half, and
yes, exactly.
we're getting new features. We're getting new features on that console every now and then.
Every month, yeah, almost every month, yeah.
Exactly. So there you go. Well, yeah, so we've come to the end.
Preparado.
We've come to the end, so thank you very much for attending. But we haven't really finished yet, because now we come to the most interesting part, and that's the Q&A session. So you have been active asking questions during the presentation, so it's time for that. And as I said, I'm reminding you all, once if you would have to leave the presentation, please don't forget to answer the 3 or 4 questions that our marketing team will put forward to you as you leave the webinar. Anyway, we'll kick off with the questions straight ahead. We have here from Etienne is asking, and this one, I believe this must be for Antonio, because it's about the talent. It's about information. How is it received and monitored at the station?
Peter, can you repeat? Can you repeat, because your voice dropped?
Is that better?
No, it's not your voice. It wasn't your device. I think it was the connectivity, the IP. Can you repeat, please?
So the question is from Etienne, and he is asking how the help information is received and monitored at the station.
Ah, yes. Okay.
It must be the help button that he is referring.
The help button is something that you have to program in the unit. So by these engineering tricks, when you click here, when it's connected, okay, let's say that you are a dummy like me in the internet, and then you just plug it to your router at home, and then okay, so the unit starts up by itself, and you don't know what to do. You has to be programmed here, the help, with the IP address and a couple of numbers that the engineer has to put in here. When the engineer puts these numbers inside, the user, I just press help, and then the talent itself is calling to that IP address, which is like a address on the internet, in the cloud, everywhere. And on the other end, on the other side, on the station, the person on the station receives on his screen, on his Phoenix control screen, he receives a message, which is a request for support. Right. But for a dummy like me, I prefer the app and the AnyDesk and the also, right. But it's only an opinion. Everything is available.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, it ties in also with a question that we received from Rob, who is basically asking, but you've already answered. It's he's asking how is that help the help button the requirement? What is the minimum requirement for a connectivity or for connection to be able to get that help signal over to the station? So, but you've already explained that basically, that there are some presets that needs to be saved in the talent, and that's it.
A help signal is nothing. If we have to use it for audio. The good thing is that this new equipment, on IP, is using very, very narrow bandwidth. So it's even for audio, it's using the minimum bandwidth. Probably the bandwidth that we used to have on the telephone lines 20 years ago. So which is an advantage in IP. But if the help line doesn't work, don't worry, because the audio is not going to work. So
all right,
you are in a problem.
That's a good answer. Continue with the talent, Antonio. This one's from Ronan. Ronan sounds like he's from Ireland. He's asking about what audio formats do we have available for the talent? What do they do, the codecs? I suppose he's referring to the encoding algorithms.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's coming to encoding algorithms is living with all the legacy, old-fashioned encoding algorithms, let's say like the ones we used to have in the old days, MPEG, G722, G711, but with a point on newer ones, which are like Opus. Opus is our choice for high-quality voice transmission and the minimum bandwidth. So I think Opus is the response. However, we're still having the old-fashioned algorithms to be compatible with the rest of the makers.
Okay. We continue with the codecs, just to keep it in section here. This one's from Benjamin. The question is if we can connect the talent to a talent. Well, talent to a talent, it's like, okay, we give a talent to the talent, but yes, no?
Yeah, you give a talent to the talent, indeed. Yeah, always. And you
Not a
mean
problem,
connecting the Talent hardware to the Talent person, or which line?
All right.
Be more precise, please.
Yeah, but at codec level, I suppose it's like any other standard audio codec. So in the Phoenix family, so the connectivity between them is pretty straightforward.
Okay. Yeah. Straightforward is Aeq to Aeq, like happens in all the systems all around the world. However, we have carried out plenty of compatibility tests. We have been doing since the days of the ISDN, and we run compatibility tests on regular basis. And our engineers, they have assessment papers where they mention, or where they specify which works with what and how it works. So on that case, if any of our clients has any problem in connecting our unit with any other IP codec in the market, our colleagues and competitors, we are open to collaborate and to see. Our engineers, they know which are the keys to touch to make it work.
Okay.
No problem at all.
Good. All right. Monitors. This one then is for Roberto. The question is from John. Is the HDR feature, is that implying a different series and a cost increment, or is it the same series of monitors, the 7000 and the 8000? It's just an evolution of the.
It's in the both series, in the 9000 series and 8000 series, and it's included in the monitors. It's not an extra cost, and it's included in the monitors.
And also tying in with Sean is asking about the remote control.
Yeah.
Do we need any particular software? Is there a specific software for remote control?
The audio is cut, but I think I understand. Well, in that case, the remote control, it's using an Aeq software to control a specific software to control the monitors over Ethernet. In that case, you can switch about the different inputs to modify parameters, etc.
All right. Okay, so there is a software that is supplied. Okay. All right. Then Paul is asking us, well, it's information first of all. He says that we're using Xplorer with our Aeq crossnet matrix. Is it possible to use it for simple party lines? It is a similar question. Sorry to interrupt, but we have a similar question from Vanessa, if we can integrate the party line in a matrix system and operate them as hybrids. So one day I operate as matrix and another day I operate as a party line.
Well, yes, of course. Well, in that case, I'm not sure. It's you can see. Well, I try to, because I am in a mirror, because I can see it in the camera, but the only thing is here in mode, we can select. I think it's this one. No, sorry. In that case, is the other one. This one. Well, here I can select if I want to work that Velpack with connection matrix, crossnet matrix, or EasyNet. In any case, I can change it as we want. I have no problem.
You can toggle then between the different modes.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. I can work now with a matrix, and in 2 hours work in a EasyNet. And then tomorrow works with connection matrix. I have no problem in that case.
Great. All right, cool. Very good. Okay, Sergey, wake up. This is for you. Omar is asking you if we can
upgrade. I'm on the phone, mate, always with the customer.
I'm sorry for that. But there you go. Omar basically is asking, and I suppose because he have one, if he can upgrade his Arena Aeq Arena mixer to become a sort of atrium system.
Yes. Okay. So I probably mentioned, but yes, you are able. So you can still use your BC2000D engine, okay, and upgrade it with the Atrium mixer, if that is the question. So if he's interested in making an upgrade in the Surface, yes, of course, they are compatible.
All right. Jumping back to the talents here. Rush. No, it's Kevin asking. Do we need any particular connection, like a special ADSL line for the codec, or is it we can use any internet connection?
No, as I told you in the presentation, it's coming with a universal RJ45 Ethernet connection. So if you Google this and you chase on the internet, Amazon, these places, Alibaba, you can buy adapters for this into almost any format. We have found adapters for Wi-Fi, adapters for 3G, 4G modems. What else? This Ethernet port supports any kind of old-fashioned and modern or anything to come connectivity.
Okay, anything with IP.
And of course,
if you connect, ask us.
Yeah, if you connect a traditional ADSL connection, you connect over Ethernet, connect to the router using a switch or directly to the router, or maybe a fiber optic connection, like to have no problem to work with it.
Okay.
For me, I take it home. I just plug this to my home router, and it's on this DHCP matters and so on, and so it picks up the IP address. And then I can recall one of the memories, and it's calling Aeq or it's calling whatever, or use the help. So we try to make it easier and easier every day. Sometimes we cannot get it done, but we try.
Very good. All right. Keep the tension up, Antonio. This one is for you as well. This is the one from Rush. He's asking us. Basically, it's a comparison. When would you recommend a Talent over an Alio? Alio is our, let's say, big portable audio codec.
First thing, it has to do mixers, the mixing, the microphones. How many microphones you need?
Okay.
Well, the key feature I would say that the key difference in the big brother, the Alio, is the availability of the two audio channels. So this is only having one simple audio channel, professional audio channel with professional input. So let's say that one Alio could be 2 times this. If we come down to establishing 2 independent circuits like they do in the television, for instance, in one circuit I can have one language, another language, or commentators and technical staff over the same piece of equipment. As that's coming from the ISDN days when they were having 2 B channels and they were having 2 audio channels.
I can't even spell that any longer.
ISDN, Integrated Digital Switching Network.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, but the main difference between the Alio and the Talent would be the availability of the second channel. If you can work with 1 channel and 1 microphone, or as we show you, a second microphone from the mobile phone, you could do it with the Talent also. But
So basically, it's down to the mixing capability of the Alio and the number of inputs and outputs and so on and so forth. All right.
Yeah, well, the single and double transmission, that's all. The rest would be equivalent.
Sergey, this one's for you from Sam. He's asking about the Forum LITE. The control surface. The control surface is exactly the same as the Forum split control surface, and you can do everything that you can do on the Forum split. So you can do on the Forum LITE as well.
Yes, let's say there is a hardware limitation, and it's that Forum split is available up to 24 faders, so you can put up to 6 fader modules, let's say, and the Forum LITE it's up to 12.
That's it. That's it.
So it's
In
only
rest of,
limited to the capacity to the
yes,
audio core, or
yes.
the M core. And
Physical modules. That's it. Rest.
but from a workflow point of view, it's exactly the same operation as the forum split.
Yes.
All right. Cool. All right. Many questions here today. We have one here that is free. I can't see from whom it is. This one is for you, Roberto. You in your presentation you talked about 5 gigahertz band and 2.4 gigahertz band. They're asking what is the difference between the 2.4 and the 5 gigahertz? Both are open bands, of course, but are there any advantages of one over the other and so on?
Well, both are free, and of course, the first standard was 2.4 gigahertz, and then passed to 5 gigahertz. Well, 5 gigahertz, it has more bandwidth, has more channels, and usually it's less crowded. In that case, it's better to use 5 gigahertz. But in case of coverage, due to the high frequency, maybe sometimes 2.4 gigahertz can cover a big area because pass better walls, etc.
Okay, better
than
penetration.
5 gigahertz. But in general, it's better to use in case you have more access point, more Wi-Fi networks in the environments. It's better to pass to 5 gigahertz.
Okay.
But in any case, work perfectly in the both bands.
No, it's clear and obvious. Thank you. Yeah, well, we are getting to the end. We've been dragging out a bit. It's been a long webinar. Thank you everyone for attending. I don't know if we've answered all the questions. I hope so. I hope I haven't missed anything. I'm looking at, there are a few questions left, but we'll answer those questions via email if you don't mind, because it's almost 11 here. We've already been sort of going on air for 1.5 hours, so almost 1.5 hours. So I think we should try to round off this a bit. And I want to thank everyone for attending. It's been great to see you all. It's been a good attendance, and I know you're making a big effort, taking your time, listening to us and participating and making questions, which is good. And it's also educating us, allowing us to interact a little bit with you since we can't go to the trade shows. And as I said, as we close down, please don't forget to answer the questions that our marketing team are making you as you leave the webinar. So thank you, everyone. And thank you, Antonio, Roberto, Sergey. It's been a great morning.
Thanks to everyone.
Thank you, Peter.
Be safe.
Thank you, everyone.
Be safe in
Take
these
good
days.
care now and stay safe.
Take care. Safe. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.